All right, guys, promised you another very special guest. And, if anybody is a friend of the show, it would be Allie Colleen on with us again today. And, Allie, always good to see you. How's the new year treating you, my friend?
Always good to be back, man. It's been really great. Did you know that it's May?
I know.
That's bonkers. It's absolute bonkers. I think I did some studio work this week with somebody who I think the last thing we were working on was just before Christmas. And I was like, man, I want to say like Happy New Year, but like we're about midway through this guy.
I know. I was thinking, I was like, it was like a couple months ago that we talked. And then I was like, wait a minute. That was like 6 months ago. 6 or 7 months ago.
I wouldn't have put it farther back than like 2 or 3. It really doesn't seem that long ago. So yeah,
Now,
but everything's good. Everything's going really well. Like we got new music, all this stuff. Nashville's still treating us well, which is always good. And then, the whole summer tour schedule thing will pop up here soon. So right now we're just smooth sailing.
That's right. Now, got a brand new single that is out there, Grass on the Grave. Tell our listeners a little bit about the inspiration behind the new single.
I love Grass in the Grave. I wrote Grass in the Grave, I think maybe a little less than 2 years ago. So we've had it for a while. We've done it. We put out this beautiful song this last February called While We're Still Friends. That for me was just a season of just absolute kind of lost in like relationships and stuff. And so Grass in the Grave is kind of that sequel to this really heavy song that we put out, earlier this year. So it's just the whole sentiment of, I think, hopefully for the listener, it means whatever you need it to mean, kind of thing. But it's just 3 minutes to kind of sit there and really kind of, look at what you've lost, what's happened, also maybe what, new is coming. It's a very inspirational song, but the track is just kind of a rockin', cool, like driving summer song. It's kind of what we were going for.
Now tell us what it was like. I know we prefaced the single While We're Still Friends with Lee Brice. I want to have you a chance to reflect on the opportunity to get out, not only to release a single, getting out to play some shows with Lee, and what kind of effect that had on the beginning of this year.
It was incredible. I was lucky enough to be on the acoustic Lee Brice tour of this year. So it was just Lee and myself, in the sense of, I think he had 3 artists that he brought out over the whole tour. And that tour was just, it was just bread and butter, because it was like venues and theaters that were made for sound, which is incredible. And we don't get to play those kind of places a lot. Like we play bars and festivals and honky tonks and that kind of stuff. So the Lee tour was incredible for a lot of reasons. But it sounded amazing. So it was a huge kickoff to a year. It was great. It was beautiful. And it introduced us to a lot of new fans. We got a lot of new people coming over, kind of finding what we do and enjoying it. So this was a cool thing to see how this first release was going to do off of something like that. And we're very happy with what it's done so far.
Now tell us, you talked about the upcoming summer season, the CMA Fest, the festivals times. What is your favorite part of the summer season? What do you look forward to most this year?
The summer season is, kind of that time when like maybe you get to work in festivals or circuits that you haven't really got to play before, got to go hit. So we'll hopefully go some new places this summer. Also, ever since COVID, one of the cooler things that's came out of it is people really do lean into house parties a little more like they used to, because for a while it was very like commercial based concerts. And so that's also kind of a cool thing that happens with summer, is you get more like personal events that you want to go to. And those are fun because those people are fans for life, right? Like they're like, dude, you came to my house and played my birthday party. I'm like, dude, and it was a blast from what I remember, So those are really cool ones that kind of come into summer, is kind of more of like a personal show stuff, which again are just people that will just follow you forever and take care of you and are so sweet. And then the festival fair circuit that launches kind of in the fall is kind of our favorite. So we'll kind of, even going into, September and November, we'll play some stuff like that. But always looking forward to the road, and we've been really in the studio since the lead tour. So looking forward to get back out there.
That's cool. Now, talking about those backyard concerts and stuff like that, I love those type of events. And will those ever go away for you?
I hope not. I really hope not. I mean, there's such an opportunity, and especially when you talk about like just like going forward and advancing in your career, it's like the opportunities that you're able to help with personal like private parties is amazing. It's kind of one of the largest like auction items that we can do in the sense of like
Hmm.
when we go to charities, like we'll just auction off a house party and whatever, whatever someone would pay us to come play their house party is what we'll go to the charity. So there's a lot of really good opportunities that come out of it, like financially for us when it comes to supporting things. But also, like I said, just a fan base that's going to take care of you and feed you and give you a place to change in the road later when you need it next year when you're stopping by town. You know what I mean? So there's just people that take care of you. So I hope it doesn't go away.
Now, grass on the grave. As you talk about this being the sequel, if you will,
Yeah.
what is the new project? Is it a brighter day that we're looking forward to, Allie?
Sonically, no. Sonically, everything going forward is much I don't even want to say heavier, but it lives in that world of a song that we put out prior to all of this called Halos and Horns, just this big kind of rock and kind of wild space. And so most of the music that we have coming past this is sonically in that big heavy spot. Narratively, it's all stuff like that really, really matters to me. And I was having this conversation the other day. I was like, this is not a commercial project that we're putting out next. I don't know how well it's going to do, but there just some of the songs on it. There's a song called Rolling Stone, and there's a song called Oklahoma Mountains. And there's a song called Nicotine. And so just kind of this new little world of Allie that I'm very excited to share that we're sonically have been growing towards, have been working towards. Um, but I'm not going to set on the narratives that we've been doing. I was like that season of my life gets two songs. It gets While We're Still Friends, it gets Grass in the Grave, and then we're moving away from it. We're not going to do that whole thing. So all the narratives coming up are more just about Allie, and I'm very excited.
Well, again, I thought of you. I don't remember if it was last week or the weekend before. They were having one of the tattoo Comic Con conventions in Oklahoma City. People were telling me about it. I was like, I bet if she's in Oklahoma, she's there. What's the latest?
I know about it. I didn't get to go. But my tattoo festival that comes to Nashville came in March, in like the last week of March or the first week the last week of March. So I just went and got another tattoo of ironically myself. I keep getting tattoos of myself because who else is gonna do it? You know what I
Right?
mean? So I did. We sell these merch shirts on my online store. That's like me as like a little pinup girl, and it's an Allie Colleen shirt. And so I got her. I got my pinup on my leg. And she had like a whole calf piece. But I did just go to a tattoo convention, but it was not the Oklahoma one.
So, like I said, people were talking about going, and I was like, I
They're
guarantee if
so
she's.
fun. They're so fun, and like to see how many artists come is always incredible, and like what like their style is. I love the conventions. I think they're so cool.
Now we talked about reaching a newer audience, and since the release of the single with Lee, how much difference are you seeing in your own audience now?
It's wild because I there's not really a post or an interaction that I have social media wise now that doesn't come from, hey, like we saw you in Lancaster with Lee, or we saw you here with Lee. So there is an active presence on my socials that came from that tour, which is incredible. But when you talk about just like some kind of boom in like growing socials, I don't know that that's happened for us in years,
Right.
in the sense of we're like we've always been a very steady growth, but we've never went and like played a festival and all of a sudden we had 3,000 new followers. You know what I mean? Or even like went and like played the lead thing and got like 20,000 new followers. It's always been like very like beautiful clusters of people. So all that to say, it wasn't anything like what I thought it was going to be, but it was very intentional in the sense of I know when I go back and play those cities
Mm.
that I have probably, 50 to 100 people in each city that are going to come back for my show, which was incredible. So the listening audience was amazing and that kind of thing. But I don't know. Bev's my manager. She books me here and all this
Right.
stuff, you guys. So shout out to Bev. Bev and I are always like, we're kind of over the steady growth thing. You know what I mean? It's kind of annoying, as reassuring as it is, and as kind as it is, and how much those fans once they follow, they don't really leave. Which
Right.
we're grateful for. but there ain't been no boom lately. You know what I mean?
How frustrating is that to and do you ever try to intentionally get a viral video? Is that a goal?
I don't know that the viral video thing is an intentional thing because again, I really do believe that like overnight crowds are gone overnight. I
Yeah.
just don't really think there's like a lot of longevity there in the sense of like, oh, shiny quarter. Like
Right.
as soon as the next viral video happens, that's where they're gonna go. So as I would love to have one, you know what I mean? So if you've got a coin in your back pocket or something that I can cash
Share.
in, like I would do that. But it's not, I wouldn't say the viral thing is the intent, but we are always, every single post is posted with the intent of growing the audience. You know what I mean? Where it used to be, even just as much like 2 or 3 years ago, the common theme was, post for your audience. How wild.
Right.
Not anymore. Not anymore. That doesn't make any sense to anybody anymore. Now we're just growing and growing and growing. But again, always lucky to be growing, but it's always been pretty consistent, pretty constant.
Now, has the songwriting changed? Has it evolved any over the last few months? Any, or maybe your inspiration?
I think a large thing that is going into the next season for me that I care a lot about is I've always been a pretty straightforward writer when it comes to melodies and stuff like that, in the sense of like I get my buddies together, one of us has a guitar, we go from there. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. But I've really been settling into the world of just um, not like not the track style based writing, but I am showing up to writes more often now. Whereas I used to show up to meet with a lyricist where we were going to sit down and write all day, and now I'm more showing up with my buddies that just build tracks and build the whole sonic part, and then I get to sit there and write the lyric structure myself. So it's been a very cool way, and like in one way you're giving up so much kind of control and power and energy in the sense of like I don't build tracks. You know what I
Right.
mean? So when I show up to write along with something that they've built like that, I'm kind of like, just like hoping that we can communicate together to get a sound that I would like. So it's changing a lot in that structure, but I will say I think one of the most consistent things about my music is my songwriting. So
Mhm.
still sticking to how I like to tell stories.
And of course, your Oklahoma fans always like to know when's Allie coming back to the Sooner State.
Oklahoma is always my baby for private events for the most part. Oklahoma really hosts us. So all that to say, I've got a private show in Norman next week. You know what I
Wow.
mean, you guys? But I don't know if you guys are invited to her birthday, but I am, and I'm very excited. But we're hoping to return back to some of the Oklahoma venues that we played last year in the fall. So hopefully, on the tour schedule will be a little bit more Oklahoma stuff at the end of the year.
Now, where's one of the new places that you've had a chance to play that you've broken new ground on, if you will?
Um, Again, I there was a couple spots in New Jersey this last year on the lead tour that were really cool. We have a foundation up in New Jersey and I think Orange Beach that is the Sea Turtle Recovery,
Mhm.
and so we'll go back in August and we'll play up in New Jersey in August for the Sea Turtle Recovery that we love so much, and that has been very intentional. We've been doing that for probably I started working with them. Oh, gee, I don't know. It could be like 7 years ago or something. And we've been working with them for a very long time. And so every single time we have had a show in New Jersey, it has been, again, just trying to continue to pull to get a crowd of a pretty big standing to have a big charity concert. So we're hoping this August we're going to be able to pull a lot of heads to that show. So really looking forward to going back. The venue is brand new for me, and I'm not familiar with it off the top of my head right now. I think last time we played like a really cool little theater in Atlantic City up there for them, which was very cool. So looking forward to that. Um, but you know me, I'm a big return guy. I find people that take care of me, just like the Cameron Doyle podcast and those kind of things. We get to come back to it, and so I'm still trying to get back to the machine shop in Flint, Michigan. That's my favorite venue so far, and I want to get back so bad,
That is
so
cool.
bad.
That is cool. Now, Allie, I always want to make sure that we let our listeners know where to keep up social media wise, obviously where the music's at, and everything else as well.
Yes, you guys, please come follow me on Instagram. That is my most active most of my active social in the sense of you getting to know me and kind of following along with my life. I've got horses, so if you like horses, follow me, give me a follow. If you don't like horses, follow me. I just really I need you guys to come along with me. I need you to come along on the journey. You'll find something you like, I promise.
We need to
But really,
grow.
Allie Colleen is Allie Colleen Music is my Instagram thing, and then everything else you guys can find from the website, which is also Allie Colleen Music. What did you ask me?
I say just grow, just trying to grow.
Oh, I know, we're just trying to grow. Just come over. If you like tattoos, you like horses, you like good music, all the things. Come follow us, you guys. It's very fun. We also have a lot of on the road opportunities that are given from our socials. So give me a follow, you guys. Please, please, please. I hope you like the new music.
That is, again, check her out, Allie Colleen Music, a friend of the show, if there ever was one. Allie, always good to see you and to visit with you, and look forward to talking to you again real soon, my friend.
Good luck with all your little rascals.
Yeah, that is a full-time job in itself.
I believe it. I believe it. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.